So in the interest of time, I know we're quite limited. I'm going to move on to the global landscape. At the global level, we've seen the European Union's efforts to regulate, including the EUAI Act and the AI Liability Directive, amongst other pieces of legislation like the Digital Services Act, which also includes an annual risk assessment for companies that are designated as very large online platforms, or VLOPs. There's ongoing work in Canada, as Thiago has already mentioned, the Canadian Impact Assessment and Bill C-27. Although this is a very strict bill by any standards in the global landscape, it's on a longer timeline for enactment. So we're looking maybe at 2025 for something like C-27 to be a reality in Canada, although the Standards Council has been very active in Canada. The UK has taken a really hard look at how to empower existing federal agencies with the tools and resources they need to regulate AI. So to your previous question, Carmelo, I think there is diversity in how different regions are looking at this question globally of, do we need a new government agency, a new body to regulate AI specifically? And I think that that question is still an open one, but one that the UK is taking a distinctly different approach to than the European Union. And the Centre for Data Ethics and Innovation in the UK has done a lot of great work with the British Standards Institute to develop research into AI assurance specifically. Singapore has their AI model governance framework, implementation and self-assessment guide for organizations, which is quite practical, and the AI Verify project is really picking up steam as they are trying to set more global standards on AI and develop the AI assurance and standards ecosystem. NATO published their principles of responsible use, which include lawfulness, responsibility and accountability, explainability and traceability, reliability, governability, and bias mitigation. Lots of abilities. And they plan to iterate further on this, especially with the Data and Artificial Intelligence Review Board, or the DARB, which launched in October of last year and includes the engagement of all the NATO allies. So I do think it's a pretty powerful convening body. Last but certainly not least, we have the international standards bodies. There's only a few listed here, but ANSI, ETSI, IEEE, ISO, and SENNELEC all continue their work on creating the standards that will underpin a lot of this legislation that we've discussed already.